Welcome! Today we're going to go through how to set up QR codes on receipts and how to set up advertising or pictures in general on receipts. So this came to our attention when Metcash said, hey, we have a new IGA rewards QR code that we'd like for people to have on their receipts so that when people scan it, when they do a transaction, they can subscribe if they want extra rewards. And that kind of got me thinking, hey, we should probably do a video on exactly that. So two things need to be done when it comes to the image itself. It needs to be in a bitmap file format. That has to be the type. It can't be JPEG or PNG. It has to be bitmap. And it has to be small. So for the Metcash IGA reward ones, for any of the IGA customers that end up watching this, please note that the default one that they use, which was 3000 by 3000, won't work. It was far too large to work on a receipt. So you will need to ask them specifically for the cut down version, which if they use the one I've created will be 160 by 160, and it will be in the bitmap file type. Now, with that being said, let's go through on how to actually set it up. So if we click on Start in the bottom left, and then go into Run, we're going to go into our C drive, which is C:// like you can see on screen currently. This will open up our C drive. Now, what we'll do, or in my case, I'm going to go to Pictures, QR Code, and get the QR.bmp, which is the one that we'll be using, and I've just copied that, or you can right click copy, whichever is easier. Go back to our C drive. Every C drive with us will have a IS setup, so we're going to go into there and paste our QR.bmp. Now this is where it gets complicated for a lot of people, but we need to put this on the same location for all the point of sales as well. So every point of sale will have a C drive IS setup, same as what the back office does. Now to get to it, we can click at the top there where it says C drive IS setup and go / POSLane01 and click enter. When you click enter, it's going to go to the point of sale and you'll see the shared folders. So in this case, we've got IS setup, PT POS and users. So if I go into IS setup, same thing, I'll paste our QR.bmp image. And that means that we're done from what we need to do with the images. Now, if you have multiple lanes, you'll have to do that on / POSLane1 and then POSLane2, POSLane3, so on. Always into the IS setup location. Wherever you put it needs to be the same location on the back office and the point of sales. Reason being, even though it's not on the back office when it comes to the receipt header and footer, when you try and send from Profit Track, it's going to be looking in that location on the back office and you'll get an error if it's not there. So let's go through the Profit Track side. So if we open up our Profit Track server and Profit Track client, all receipt header and footer settings are located under Setup, Edit Lookup Tables, Register Receipt Header / Footer. And at the top there you can see I've already put in a location which is C drive, PT based functions, blah 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 blah. Now that was one I was using during testing, so I'll delete that out and we'll go IS setup and BMP. Alright, so we've got C drive, IS setup, and then it's the QR for the BMP. I will close that, say yes, and send to the registers. It's sent. We haven't got an error because we put it in the right location. So at this point, it's on the point of sale. We may need to restart the point of sale software for that to pick up on the machines, but that's it, and then we can test it. So I'll close this and we'll jump onto the point of sale so I can show you what that looks like. Alright, so we're on the point of sale, and what I'll do is just restart it really quickly by clicking Restart POS and then clicking Yes. Once that restarts, it should pick up on the register setting change that we've done, or in this case the receipt change, because all register settings like that are done through Restart. Now if I sign in, we'll do a Coca-Cola 30 pack, that's fine, and sell that. Now that just printed a receipt. And just checking it, we've got a QR code. I'll take a picture and put that on screen for you now. And like that, the setup's complete. So that's the same with any image. Doesn't have to be QR code like we said at the beginning of the video. Just make sure that it's bitmap and that it's small. Now, sizing wise, this image is only 160 by 160. You can use different sizes, but typically you don't want to go super massive and you don't want to go super small. So if you're using NCR receipt printers, for example, the minimum size that you can have is 30 by 30. Anything less than that won't work. But essentially, if it's just not coming out and you're not getting an error, it's either too big or too small. If you are getting an error, it's not seeing the image. Either you haven't put it in the back office or it's not on the point of sale. So just things to keep in mind. If you have any questions, give us a call on 1-800-020-946. Don't forget to like and subscribe, it really helps out the channel, and I'll see you next time. Cheers!